Iris. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Iris, and I went to high school in LA for 4 years, and I moved from China since then. And then right now I'm in New York, upcoming freshman in NYU.
That's amazing. What are some of the earliest memories that you have of China?
The happiest memories about China is definitely spending times with my family and also my childhood friend because I do have a very close connection with my family, especially my parents, my mom, and also my grandparents from my mother's side. So I do miss them a lot, and I really miss my grandmother's homemaking food. It really reminds me of my hometown and everything that away from my home.
When was the last time that you saw your family or your childhood friends?
Well, my parents went to my high school graduation, so I saw them 2 months ago. But then I haven't seen my grandparents for already 4 years, more than 4 years.
So you didn't visit China at all in these past 4 years?
Yeah, I haven't been back to China since I moved here,
Oh, wow.
2020.
What made you decide to leave China?
The top reason is definitely I do want a education environment that I'm more suitable in. When I back in China, I was in a top public school in Guangzhou, and then that school requires us to have a very strong skills in math and science and stuff. We're always training for competition. We're doing exams and exams. But I do have other hobbies such as flute and dance and also definitely speech. But then in that school, we're not allowed to join any clubs and stuff. So I think that's one of the main reason why I want myself not only focus on competition or just study only. I do want to explore more about myself, my hobbies, and what I truly want, what I truly love. So that's why I choose to came to America.
What does your family think about your decision?
So I kind of made this decision with my mom. At first, we were both very struggling because I never leave my family for that a long time and such a like long distance. But then we came through the kind of the same decision to come to America. Then my grandparents and also my uncle, my aunt, like I feel like they honestly kind of disagree at the first point because they don't get a point. I was only 14 years old. I was still a little kid in their eyes, but then I need to move for myself and then I need to start a brand new life in a whole different country in another side of the world. So, but then I remember I called them 2 weeks ago, and they were actually very happy about my decision, and they said that they're very proud of me because they do see how much I grow doing this 4 years.
It does sound very challenging to live by yourself. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So, as I mentioned before, I moved here by myself, right? So I live in a host family, so a homestay for kids from different part of China live in that same like host family. The host mom is Chinese, and then her husband is I think Italian. They will like cook us breakfast sometimes and dinner, and then we need to figure out lunch by ourselves, and then they drove us to school only, but then we need to figure out their transportation. I think the most challenging part about living by myself, one part is we have very strict rules in the host family. It's very different from your real family. Like we can only use washing machine once a week. Like we can't have like we can't make like any sound after like 9 p.m. We can't go to shower after 9 p.m. We can't like hang out sometimes because like they think it's like not safe and stuff like that. I have to make every single decision in my life, not only just when do I get up, what should I eat? It's more like what classes should I do, what club should I join, how do I join this club, and also dealing with all the communication that's supposed to be kind of like parent side and the school. I in charge of like myself. I in charge of like everything in school, in life, and yeah, everything like that. So I think that's definitely a challenging part living by myself.
What would happen if you did break those rules?
So we actually signed a contract when we just moved in. And then I remember one time my roommate came home around 9:30. Now my homestay got very, very mad. She decided to not cook breakfast or dinner for us for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, that sounds very challenging. Besides living by yourself, was there any other challenges when you first came to the US?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just what I mentioned. First of all, is like learning to how to deal with everything by myself. Because back in China, my family will kind of plan out everything for me. I can just like follow them, like what I should do, and then just try to focus on that, like one or two like simple things. But then when I moved to America, I realized everything just came through all at the same time, and I have to figure them out. And then another very big part, I think, is definitely language. Because in China, I went to public school, right? So I never really use English. We do have English classes, but we never talk in English. We never use our English. But then when I came here, all of a sudden, I have to switch my entire language environment, and I have to not only just use English in life, just simple English, but I have to learn how to listen to teachers, and then also to do all the homeworks and projects and stuff. And also, I joined speech and debate my third day when I arrived in the US, right? So that was also another challenging part. But yeah,
How did you overcome the language barrier?
at first, I would use translator for almost everything, for all the reading materials and also debate materials and stuff. I will download them in English, and then I will translate them all to Chinese, so I can get a sense of what is the like, whole meaning. And then I will like go back to English, and then to try to like, understand word by word. And also like when I practice my like oral speaking, like I was standing in front of the mirror, and then like and then pretending I was like speaking to someone, like to practice like to practice daily like English, and then also like reading materials and stuff.
Were there any like friends or teachers who helped you?
Well, yeah, definitely. Oh, I am very thankful for my very first group of friends when I just moved to US, because they all speak English. So when I just moved here, my friend group wasn't Chinese at all. So they all speak English, and then they were really really welcoming, and then they were still my friends even till now. They never refusing to talk to me, because at that time I can't really hold a complete sentences. They talk very slow, and then introducing me to the slang, and then introducing me to all the culture here and everything like that. So I think that was a really, really great way to help me adapt to a new language and then to the new environment.
That's so sweet.
Mhm.
Have you ever faced any discrimination or prejudice in the United States?
So I will talk about this part from two branch. So one is in school. One time, like I submit my essay and I got a high C at 70 something percent. And then so I came to ask her what part I can improve, and why like I only got like E. And then she was like, oh, I think that this is like highest you can reach. Honestly nothing you can do about that, because I know you're like you don't speak English that well, like stuff like that. Also, my junior year when I was in AP seminar, one time like we need to submit a draft like step by step, right? We need to like submit it all through Turnitin. And then the Turnitin like has the AI detector, and then I have like my draft saying the AI detection is like 17%, is half of my intro and a half of my like concluding paragraph. So my teacher was like, well, like there's no enough evidence to prove you did it, but there's also not enough evidence to prove you didn't. But then I submitted like 12 of my like editing version of my draft, right? So I submitted like everything to her, but then she was like, well, I still can't believe you, because I don't have anything to let me believe in you. So she said I have to report you to college board. So after that she said, well, I have to report you, but don't you think this is better for your group? And I was like, what group? And she said, well, you're non-native English speaking foreigners. And then, yeah, that type of things happening a couple times during my school years in high school, and also definitely in speech and debate. I got, you're not alone here. You don't have the right to speak up what you want to speak up, stuff like that.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the speech and debate circumstances? Was it comments from judges?
So during my speech and debate, I would say especially my junior year and senior year, because my junior year I talk about the education system for immigrant students, and then my second year I kind of talk about the accent, the linguistic bullying, and then I received a lot of comments. Well, okay, some judges they won't even say anything. They will just rank me last. And then like I have some tournaments having situation 6 rounds and then 4 rounds everyone ranks me first or second. And then there's the 1 or 2 judges just rank me last with no reason. Some judges will simply type in that I don't feel comfortable hearing this topic because blah 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 blah. And there's also judges saying that, wow, my grandparents were also immigrants, but I never think I faced this type of problems before. And then there's also judges saying that they can't like understand what I was talking about because I have the accent.
You mentioned something about linguistic bullying. Was that inspired from these speech and debate judges, or was there any other people that made you want to talk about that topic?
I feel like it comes from all the parts I just talked about. I feel like there is this social pressure for us to conform to a perfect English, and then especially for us immigrant students, so it kind of leaving us ridiculed in a spaces we want to belong to. It really refuses us to have the sense of belongings. This type of pressure sometimes will silenced and shamed because my accent has been mocked and criticized. Also, in my entire speech and debate career, I never talking about the similar topics. A lot of people will talk about immigration and racism, but there isn't a lot of topic about how us second language speakers have this pressure and have this social standard that we have to meet. So that's why I decided to do this talk.
What is your reaction when people mock your accent or make fun of you?
At first, my reaction, my emotion was kind of a combination of angry and then sad, and also a little bit part of me just wondering why, because I don't really understand that. But then times keep moving and moving, and then now I feel like I can't change everyone's mind. And then there's always someone just can't respect or understand the group of people that is different from them. So right now, I don't think I feel angry anymore, but I still want more and more people will realize there is different group of people, and then they're also trying hard, and that they're also doing well, except for they probably have an accent.
You mentioned living with other students during your high school years. Were you guys able to depend on each other for support at all during these times?
Definitely not every one of them, but then two of my friends are my roommate from high school. So yeah, we always hang out together, and then we will sit down and talk about what challenges we have, and then we will even cry together because we do miss home together and stuff like that.
That's good to have a support system close by.
Yeah.
Just looking ahead a little bit, what's your biggest dream for your life in the United States?
I'm very looking forward to my new life in New York. And then I do want to try to work very hard and then try to find a platform that I can continue to speak up for the voices that I want to speak up, because near NYU doesn't have a speech team. So I do want to find something else, a club or other platform or other ways that I can use my voice and use my ability to speak up for myself and also my group, and then also everyone that has similar situation.
How's NYU going for you so far?
I like it. I like it here. Our school actually starts next week, but then this week's our orientation. And then I met a lot of new people, and then I feel the life here is very different from LA and then from my life back in California. I feel it's kind of two completely different lifestyles, but I kind of enjoyed it both. And then it definitely take times for me to adapt for this new environment, but I'm very looking forward.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you're having fun. What are you currently studying at NYU?
My major is it's media, culture, and communication.
What career do you hope to get from this major?
I actually don't have one specific like job or career that I'm like that already decided. Like I'm not sure if this will be my like job or like my whole life career, but it would definitely be like along with me with my entire like life journey is I do want to keep speaking up, using my voices to encourage or to advocate for myself and then my group and then everyone.
I can see that you are very good with your words. Is there a goal that you're currently working towards right now, either in school or in your personal life or anything?
One of my goals is definitely go back to China soon to visit my grandparents because they were both in their 70s. So I really wish to go back to China soon to visit them, and then also my childhood friend. I would say that's actually part of my goals.
Oh, that's really nice. How do you stay positive when things are hard, like when you're homesick or when people make fun of you?
At first, When I just came here, I would cry for 1 or 2 hours. I would just lock myself in my room and then cry for 1 or 2 hours to try to release myself. But then now, I remember last year I receiving my teammates comments saying that I'm a spy here for working for CCP and stuff. Also, my debate teammates laughing at me saying that I'm really good at using translator and I'm the most Chinese person they have ever seen, stuff like that. And then I realized I can't stop anyone actually saying all those words. The only thing I can do is to make myself to not like affect by them. If I keep crying, keep thinking why I'm being treating like this is so unfair and everything like that, I'll be in this mood forever. I will be anxious, be angry, be sad, be disappointed forever. So now I will just let them say, but I will let them know this is not a respectful saying. This is not what they're supposed to do. I won't think about it deep and then keep like affecting myself.
Oh, that's very mature of you. Do you have a go-to phrase to let people know that what they're doing is not okay?
I don't think I have that, but sometimes I would just show my attitude, be like, this is not correct. This is not what you're supposed to do.
What's one thing that you wish every American knew about your story?
People start to caring about first generation or second generation immigrants, but not a lot of people knew about international students. So I would say probably zero generation immigrants is also facing all these challenges and stuff because a lot of people will think international student they're just rich. And then a lot of people say that, oh, you're just crazy rich Asian. From my point of view, a lot of times we're also receiving a lot of attack from not only languages and also from environments and even teachers and friends and even the system. I do want everyone to know that international students, they are also kids, also chasing their dreams just without their family.